you guys, it's Surgeon here, and welcome to my Slayer Point purchasing guide. Now, I say guide and I use that word kind of loosely. What this video mainly entails is me going through the different rewards and explaining what they are and why we should be getting them. The reason behind this is I'm giving you all the information so that way you can have the most information possible to make the decision for you to find out what's best for you to make sure you enjoy Slayer and get the most out of this skill. Slayer is probably one of my favorite skills in the game. That's why it's level 93 for me next to farming. So this is my guide on that. These are all my tips. So I hope you guys enjoy the video, and if you do, remember to give it a like. If you want to see more of my content, make sure to subscribe, and please let me know how you feel about it in the comment section below. Let's get into this. Let's start off first with some of the essentials that you should be getting. This consists of your Slayer rings, your Slayer helmet, superior tasks, and Jad. Now, the order that you're going to unlock these in varies depending on your account. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you to unlock Slayer rings if you're 20 crafting. That makes no sense because it's you're unlocking an ability that you can't even use. So, I'm going to give you guys explanations as to why these four are essentials, and leave you guys with the information to make the decision for yourself. So, with that being said, Slayer rings, learning how to craft them costs 300 points. Crafting Slayer rings, if you have the crafting level, in my opinion, is tied with number 1 for being the most important thing to buy. Why is that? Because it gives you 5 teleports to 5 very difficult to reach places if you haven't done a lot of quests. So it gives you a teleport to the Stronghold Slayer Cave, gives you a teleport to the Slayer Tower, teleport to Relica Caves, teleport to Tarn's Lair, and a teleport to the Dark Beast. If you notice, all 5 of these places are difficult to get to if you don't have a lot of quests done. For example, you can get to the Slayer Caves pretty easy if you have fairy rings. You can get to the Mauritania Slayer Tower if you have an Ectophile or fairy rings unlocked. So, Slayer rings give you a lot of teleportations around the game that would be otherwise difficult to get to. So if you have the crafting level, I would advise to go ahead and unlock Ring Bling. Talking about the Slayer helmet, this one, it's probably going to be the last one that you want to unlock from an efficiency standpoint. For an ease of life unlock, you probably want to get this first. Now, why do I say from an efficiency standpoint you want to probably get this last out of these 4 on this list? Take a hard look at what tasks you honestly need both a black mask and something else in your head. You've got Banshees, you've got Dust Devils, and you have Aberrant Spectres. You also have Smoke Devils. Now, if you're at Smoke Devils, which is 93 Slayer, you probably already have enough points to buy this, so I'm not going to talk about Smoke Devils lumping this into it. But those are the 3 that you're going to need some other piece of headgear alongside your Black Mask. That's 3 tasks that you're spending 400 points for. It's really not worth it. If you are going to go do a Banshee's task, if you're that low of level, just wear the earmuffs. Just sacrifice the task and wear the earmuffs, and save up your points to go ahead and buy Slayer rings or the next item on this list, which is Superiors. Why is Superiors so good? They give you a lot of experience when you kill them, like a lot of experience, and you get 3 rolls on the normal drop table, as well as getting a chance of getting like an Imbued Heart, an Enchanted Slayer Gem, Dust Battle Staff, a Mist Battle Staff. You get the opportunity to not only get more Slayer experience, but also get more loot from these guys as well. Overall, the earlier you start killing your Superiors, the greater chance you're going to have of getting your Imbued Heart and or your Enchanted Slayer Gem. So, I recommend getting these. This one is probably tied with number 1 for the Slayer rings, because of the fact that you want to be killing these so early in order to give yourself the greatest chance to get an Imbued Heart or an Enchanted Slayer Gem. As well as it's a very cheap thing to unlock. It costs 150 points. That's basically a block. So you can afford to spend 150 points and get superior Slayer Slayer Beasts. And finally, Jad. Jad, it's an essential one to unlock, but I would only recommend unlocking it if you're confident in your ability to kill Jad. Now, there are some people out there, and there's some people who probably will watch this video, who are not very confident in their ability to kill Jad. And I know a meme, Jad in 2017, lol, especially with the Inferno coming out in a week, or in like 2 days. But if you struggle with killing Jad, or you're not confident in your ability, don't unlock the ability to get it as a Slayer task. If you are good at killing Jad, and you do know how to kill him, and you can kill him relatively quickly, it's probably one of the fastest Slayer experience tasks you're going to get in the game. It's about 30k, you can get in about an hour. Or if you're really good at it, you can get in about 30 minutes. So Jad is a very good thing to unlock, but it's going to be one of those, like, you want to unlock it if you're good at it. The next group of things we're going to talk about are kind of the more fun things to unlock, or the things that you want to unlock once you kind of start getting a little bit more Slayer points and you want to make Slayer a little bit more fun. Now, Gargoyle Smasher, one of the first things we're going to talk about. I don't think I really need to explain why this one's so good, but if you don't understand, basically when gargoyles get to a certain amount of health, you will have to use a rock hammer on them. Once you spend 120 points and get this unlocked, it will automatically do that for you. So I don't really think I need to go into further detail why this is so important to get, but it's kind of like a needs of life thing. You don't need it, but it does make Slayer a lot more enjoyable. Next thing I want to talk about is Mithril Dragons. Now, if you get Mithril Dragons and you unlock them, you're not going to get many of them on task. You'll get like 10 or so on task. But they are very quick points, and if you are going for any kind of diary, if you're going for Kandarin diaries, you will eventually need chewed bones at some point. So if you're grinding out Slayer, you may as well turn this one on. It costs 80 points. You'll get like 10 or so of them, and it's going to allow you to start trying to get a chewed bone drop if your goal is to eventually complete all the diaries as well. If you unlock Mithril Dragons, you're going to want to go ahead and probably unlock Dueling Noted as well, which costs 200 points. And it's going to cause all Mithril bars that would drop from a Mithril Dragon, it's going to cause them all to drop in a noted form. So if you start killing Mithril Dragons while you're doing your Slayer tasks, it's going to go ahead and turn them into notes for you. Keep in mind this only works when you're killing them on a task that you were assigned from a Slayer Master. And finally, one of the last kind of fun things we're going to talk about to unlock would definitely be the Boss Slayer. Now, if you aren't confident in your ability to solo bosses, don't spend the 200 points or so to unlock this. But if you enjoy doing bossing, you enjoy doing PvM, and you like a challenge of solo bossing or getting some friends together and going and doing a boss, then yeah, go ahead and unlock it. It's going to make Slayer more fun. It's going to liven some things up. And it's going to break up the monotony of constantly doing the same monsters over and over and over. So, that's kind of my order for what you should be unlocking when. Those are kind of the more fun ones towards the end. The first four that we talked about were kind of the essentials. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about are your extensions. And I'm going to make this section really brief. So, here's my stance on extensions. And if you're like me, I would encourage you to do the same. I don't claim to be a very efficient player, especially when it comes to Slayer. Slayer is probably one of the more fun skills that I enjoy in the game. So I choose not to think about it all that much, and I choose not to try to look at it in a very efficient format. So, disclaimer aside, when it comes to extensions, extend what you like to do. If you really enjoy killing Suquas, spiritual mages, cave horrors, and dust devils, then expand all those. Also, if you enjoy doing Scarabite warriors, extend those too. I don't really care. The extensions should be, in my mind, what you want to kill more of. Now, if you want a super efficient, like this is what you should be killing more because it gives you the most XP, there's another guide out there for that. This isn't that guide. I'm simply telling you how you should be spending your points. And if you're going to be doing extensions just from enjoying Slayer kind of thing, just extend what you want to kill more of. I personally extend my Black Demon tasks because I enjoy them. I enjoy the XP. I extend my Dark Beast tasks because I like the AFK, and I extend my Abbey Demon tasks just because I like them. Skipping and blocking tasks is going to go along the same guidelines as that. Now, I'm actually going to post in the description a link to a spreadsheet that tells you according to Neve and according to Duradale, so I apologize to those of you who are low Slayer levels. The spreadsheet's going to show you the weight, or basically the chance that you're going to get a specific task from one of those two Slayer Masters. So what I advise you to do, I actually got this from another video, I think it was from Zulu, and it was a very good idea, is to go down that list and see which ones you do not like doing the most. You're basically blocking whichever ones you're going to have the highest chance of getting, so that way you're not blocking something that has like, you know, a 2% chance of you getting it or something, when you could be blocking something that would give you like you had like a 10% chance of getting. Again, those are very unrealistic numbers, but you get the idea that I'm trying to get at. So I will have that link in the description. And skipping tasks, you'll be basically wanting to skip anything that you don't want to do that you didn't already block. That should be your basic rule of thumb when it comes to Slayer. And the last thing we're going to talk about on this list is the Herb Sack. Costs 750 points, can store up to 30 grimy herbs, each herb, up to a total of 420 herbs. Herb sack is very good to get. When would I recommend getting this? When you're able to stockpile 750 points. Best way I can to explain this is if you're trying to save up for an herb sack, but you come across a task like, man, I can't stand this task and just want to block it or skip it, then go ahead and block it or skip it. Basically, I recommend getting the herb sack when you have 750 points to blow, or you're able to save up 750 points and not have to buy something else. You should be using your points to block, skip, all those other kind of sorts before you save up for an herb sack. You don't want to be neglecting the other parts of Slayer strictly to get an herb sack. The 750 points will take way too long unless you get like your 100th task boost from like Duradale and you get like 500 points or something ridiculous like that. Other than that, there should really be no reason for you to try to actually save up 750 points specifically to get the herb sack. And finally, we're going to end this off by me kind of going through the order that I would unlock things. If I had kind of like middle of the road count, I had about 50 or 60 crafting, about 70 in all my combats, and about like, I don't know, 60 prayer. If I had those kind of skills, what I would first do, and I had nothing unlocked, let's keep that in mind, I have nothing unlocked. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to unlock superiors, and then I'm going to unlock my Slayer ring and work on getting 75 crafting. Until I get 75 crafting, I will not unlock Slayer rings. I will simply buy Slayer ring and make sure I have a Slayer ring on me. So I will fork over the 75 points until I get 75 crafting. After that, I will invest in getting the Slayer helmet, strictly because at 70 combats, I won't have a blowpipe and doing Jad won't be efficient enough. So after I get my Slayer helmet, I will then work towards getting my Jad task. The reason for that is that I should be around, by the time I get all those points, I should be close to 75 range, which would make doing Jad much easier. So I would unlock that task so that way I could do it on task and get the black helm or the black mask boost to make the fight case much simpler. All the while, if I come across a task that I don't enjoy, I'm going to go ahead and block it. So for me, I can't stand blue dragons. I will, as soon as I get a blue dragon task, I will either skip it or I will automatically block it if I can. Regardless of where I'm at in my progress, I'd rather make sure that I'm getting rid of the tasks that I don't enjoy. So that way when I'm actually training Slayer, I'm actually killing things that I want to kill and I actually enjoy my grind more. So if you're looking for more of a priority list, I would prioritize your banning and your skipping more so than unlocking anything in the skill. To be honest, it's going to make you enjoy Slaying, it's going to make you want to grind it out more, and it's going to make you actually grind out the points. And with all that being said, that's going to go ahead and do it for this video. I hope you guys found this video helpful and it gave you some insight on how you should be allocating your Slayer points to make sure that you're unlocking the things that you should be unlocking at certain levels. Again, this guide wasn't really meant to be, this is how you should be doing it, and this is the only way to do it. The whole purpose of this was for me to explain what the rewards were, how do they work, and what the value of those rewards are, so that way you can make an intelligent decision on what you should be unlocking first. All I was trying to do in this video was to bring some light on all these rewards and give you guys as much information as possible so you can make the decision you need to make. If you guys did enjoy this video, remember to give it a like. If you want to see more of my content, go ahead and subscribe. Y'all been doing that a lot lately. I've seen a huge growth on this channel, and thank you all very much for that. Much love. A lot of you have reached out to me in game, and I appreciate every one of you that messages me in game. I apologize I don't always respond. I may be doing something, but I do appreciate all of you who reach out to me in game. And finally, if you want to let me know what you thought about this video, or you have other feedback, or you have a suggestion for another video I could do like this in the future, go ahead and leave it in the comments down below. I read through every comment and I try to respond to as many of them as I can. With all that being said, guys, you guys have a great day, morning, night, whatever time of day it is that you're watching this, and remember to stay motivated.